Welcome to my first ever TCG Pocket card tour. You are looking at the highlight item for my display board for 2025. It is also in the thumbnail, and I actually like this card in particular. I believe this was a commemorative for logging into New Year's Day. And just look at it. It goes well with the fireworks because it has the starter Pokemon and Pikachu. And Eevee is also here. So that's my favorite thing. Before I go any further, I should say that I am a player who got the game on release, but I didn't start getting the premium pass until 2 to 3-ish months into the game because I couldn't afford it back then. And I am sure that I have like a couple of cards that I missed because of that. Okay? So you already saw the thumbnail display board. Let's take a look at the others. I have a couple here. So here is the shiny Charizard EX card from the new expansion, Shining Revelry. I like it so much. It's so cool. For some reason, they love Charizard so much, but they went all out for this one. It's so cool. For this one, before I highlighted the 2025 display board, this was my highlight card. I love it so much. Look, I don't know if this is like a real flower, but in game I know it's called Grassidea, but it kind of looks like a flower in real life. Something you would find in Japan, perhaps. I love this Shaman. Look at it. It's so soft. The design. This may be one of my favorite illustrations ever. It's so well done. I like it. And then we have Articuno. Like in general, I try to make sure that the display board background matches what's on the card. So the frosty little bits. And I wish they did more of this wherein there's like animations. Look at the snow falling gently. I like it. It's perfect for Articuno, don't you think? Next, we have Celebi. Ooh. Celebi, when Mythical Island was released, was the top card. It was the card to beat. So this one was also a highlight item for a long time. I like it. Sadly, it's not as good in the metagame today, but it has seen better days. I hope like in the future we'll get expansions for Celebi to shine again. I love this card. So many good memories. And Mythical Island was the first expansion that I ever completed, if I'm not mistaken, since there were fewer cards to get and only one pack to open. Okay, this one, this Darkrai EX, I believe is the first ever card that I got from like a premium pass. Yes, this was like an alternative art and you could only get one of these. So this is precious. And I also got the limited edition backdrop for it. Isn't it cool? Yeah. Premium. You'll be seeing this card again in this tour. I'm sure of it. And what else? Oh yes, there was they do this event backdrops. Venusaur is one of them. Venusaur looks cute in the background in this design. And Venusaur EX, I think this was one of the first EX Pokemon that I got a lot of. I think I had 4 of these. I might have shaded one of it already. I don't remember, but I remember pulling Venusaur EX a lot during my first few pulls. And then what more? We have a couple more. Arceus EX. I got a lot of Arceus. This immersive is good. Let's take a look at it. Let's try tapping it. Yeah, so I got Arceus EX. This was also a top card when it was released for Triumphant Light. It got dethroned by Giratina and Darkrai upon the release of Shining Revelry. But when Triumphant Light was the newest release, I paired this with Dialga, and we won so many battles because of it. I am so glad I got this card. I have 2 of these if I'm not mistaken. Either 2. I'm not sure if I got a second one of this or if it's the other Arceus that I got a second one of. But anyway, it's a good card. And the backdrop reminds me of Spear Pillar, the summit where you meet Arceus, or Dialga and Palkia. And this is just like a full art Meowth card. I got this special backdrop It kind of says money, and it has Meowth. And you know, I have a Meowth card with Payday, so might as well use it. Do you guys do that too? It's matching. I like things to match. I don't know, it brings a sense of... Like, the symmetry brings a sense of pleasure to me. And this is what I call the Diva backdrop. I gave it to Wigglytuff EX. We have a new Wigglytuff full art, the creepy one, but I don't like to use that. Have you seen it? The way it looks into your soul? I don't like it. This one I could get behind. This is what I used for this Diva backdrop. Look, it has a latte and a pink pen. Pretty much pink everything. It's so soft, like Wigglytuff. And finally, we have this Blastoise. This was one of those limited drop events that I got with the blue backdrop. I got Blastoise rather early on, so this was a memorable card. I pulled it in like after 2 to 3 battles. I got the promo card right away, so this was nice. Alright, so that's the end of our display boards. What you want to see probably are my binders, so let's get into it. Alright, I've categorized my binders based on the rarity of the card, so let's have a look at them. You've seen this Charizard EX. It was also in the display board earlier. I was lucky enough to pull 2 of these. How do you call this? Two star rainbow cards. I pulled this one and the next card that I'm about to show you, which is Wugtrio EX. In my first 2 or 3 packs, I pulled them right away. I have yet to get a Crown Rare, those gold cards, but for some reason I got lucky with these shiny ones. I love that. And now they are the centerpiece of my collection. So pretty. I wish I could also get Lucario and Beedrill and the other stuff, so I could like place them here as well. And then more on shiny, I got this limited edition Charizard backdrop, the shiny one, and put all my other shiny ones that are 1-star rainbow cards. So I got this Charmander right here. And then I also got Charmeleon. So technically, if I wanted to run a Charizard deck, I could use all 3 evolution forms as shiny if I wanted to. But the last time I checked, the classic Charizard EX, the one that does 200 damage, is still the superior card. And Pachirisu, I believe this is also a good card to use in competitive nowadays. Pairs well with the new Pikachu EX that does 150 damage for Thunderbolt because of Plasma. It's similar to Lilligant's Leaf Supply, but better because it's a basic Pokemon and you only need 1 electric energy to get it going. So it's better in that regard. And finally, I have this Weedle. If you want to run a Beedrill EX deck, you could use this. I think it's one of the cooler illustrations, don't you think? What else? Oh yes, of course, the immersives. I have a couple of the immersives, but these are the... I believe I have 2 of Giratina and Pikachu. The animation is gonna take a lot of time, but we can view one. And I chose this backdrop specifically because just look at the Magikarp. It's like they're immersed in the water and, you know, immersive, so yeah. The Giratina EX is actually my favorite one. Let's take a look at the animation. It's so, how would you say this? Hauntingly beautiful. Don't you think? There is actually, I think, a missed opportunity in this animation. If you played Pokemon Platinum in the Distortion world, there is that iconic upside down waterfall. I would have liked it to be here in this animation. If you know, you know. That was iconic. I was hoping it would show up in here. It didn't, but regardless, this is an awesome card. And this is the card to beat. If you're playing ranked right now, this is the card to beat. So I have Giratina and Palkia. This one has a trippy animation. Arceus, I have showed it to you, and Pikachu. There you go, those are my immersives. What else? Oh yes, I classify this as EX Yassified because I do not know what else to call them. But before all those other rare cards showed up, this is the one I was most obsessed about. I like this more than the gold ones because it's more colorful. It has a lot more for the eye, don't you think? I like it. This is Gengar. Marowak has a nice background. Provides a nice contrast from its neutral coloring. Really brings it out. And then Yanmega. This is the final 2-star. Well, how do we call this? Double rare? Is that what they're called? This Yanmega one is the last double rare that I got. I'm hoping to get more. Alright. And now also a double rare, the trainers. They're nice to have for battles, of course. And Red is the newest release. He does 20 more damage if you're attacking an EX Pokemon. This is so nice. I have them on my Giratina and Darkrai EX deck, 2 of them. Berry, I haven't used Berry, but regardless, the card looks great. This is more of a niche pick, but I have never seen anyone use Berry before. And Misty, I also used this in my 16 trainer Articuno EX deck. Misty's always dope. It has always been dope since the release. It's one of the more powerful ones. Alright, that's my trainer cards. And then, ooh, this one. Okay, I have to admit, these Rainbow EX cards, I wasn't the biggest fan of them. Actually, until today. The rainbow edges are too much for me. I feel like they're taking away from the card itself. The design of the card itself. However, it has its own charm. I mean, I know that some people probably like this more than the others. And it looks very nice in a dark background. That's why I specifically picked this Darkrai backdrop, because the dark background would allow the edges, the rainbow edges, to stand out even more. So this is Articuno EX. This is Licky EX. And then Pachirisu EX. This one is a good too. This one is a good card competitively. It doesn't take a lot to set up. And then finally, we have the cards that I paid for by means of the premium pass. Remember, I did not get the premium pass on release, so there were cards that I missed. This Pikachu, I believe you could still get. It doesn't run on a timer, so when you get a premium pass, you would always be able to get this card, if I'm not mistaken. This is the card that I got. And then Darkrai, I showed this to you, it's on my display board earlier. And this one is so cute. This is a Piplup, but since it's like a premium card, it also features Chimchar and Turtwig. And look at this, Drifloon, and just ready to take a child to the afterworld. Just another day for Drifloon. And of course, yes, the Sprigatito. Do you see that tower at the back of Sprigatito? Just a fun fact, Meowscarada, the full art version, is actually sitting in that tower. Let me show you actually to wrap up this video. I believe I have a Meowscarada deck. Hold on. Deck, Meowscarada deck. Where's that one? Okay, this is the tower. One of the roof, I think Sprigatito is like on the roof of one of these houses, and Meowscarada is like overlooking from this tower. Isn't that cool? They're like connected together. Oh, and before I forget, I actually want to show you some cards that I'll arrange them according to rarity. Oops. I'll show you some cards who are not in my display boards nor in my binders, but I think are still worth showing in this tour. I only do this once a year, so I won't get a chance to show you a lot of them. Some of the full arts. I like this Gastrodon a lot. I like the coral, the design of the coral reefs. What else? What else do I like? Oh, the Spiritomb. This went well with Darkrai and Weavile cards because it's one of the few cards in the game that does spread damage across the board. So you can, even though it's just 10 damage, you can damage every card from your opponent's active and benched slots. So I like this card so much. And it looks so cool. I like this Meryl one. So cute. So circles. Full of circles. I saw it again. I hate this card so much. What were they going for? I hope they don't make something like this again. It's so creepy. Yuck. Oh, this one. This is an illustration that I fell in love with the moment I saw it in the leaks. It took a while for me to get this card, but I actually got two of them right now. I think this is like next to Shaman landform. This might be my second favorite. It's Golden Go Surfing. What's not to love? Oh, and of course the EX cards. I used to have a binder for these, but they've gotten so many and they won't fit. My current favorite is Clodsire because it is chocolate bread. Just look at it. It's so cute. Out of all the EXs that are 4 diamonds, Clodsire is my favorite. Although it makes me wonder, why does it say Paldean Clodsire EX? There's no Clodsire from anywhere else. Could this be a hint? Will we get like Talos Clodsire in Legends EA? I don't know. I'm just overthinking it. But this is my favorite card, EX card, because chocolate bread and chocofish. Yes. And these are just a bunch of normal cards, but we have some at the bottom, maybe worth looking at. Hold on. We're almost done with the tour. There are some promo cards at the bottom that I want you guys to have a look at because they took quite some effort to get. Oh yes, for example, this Lapras EX, you could only get this through the limited drop event. It took me, I think, 2-3-ish battles to get it. So it didn't take that much. But this was memorable because this was like the first EX drop, if I remember correctly. It's cool. And the second one, the final card, is yes, this one, Cresselia. This one took a bit longer to get, I remember. I used the Darkrai EX card, the Darkrai Weavile from back then, to grind for this card. I believe it took me like 15-ish battles before I could ever pull Cresselia EX. This was memorable and it was worth the grind. So pretty. Alright, so that wraps up our 2025 card tour. I'll see you next year, and probably I'll have 10,000 cards or whatever. Alright, bye!